Hello and welcome to Modiphius and welcome to Avira Prime. This is our Dreams and Machines actual play mini-series, and this is the first episode of the actual story and adventure. If you watched last week, we did our character creation, where my wonderful group here created their characters from scratch and built a bit of backstory. We went through the character sheets and statting them out, getting equipment and everything, all in preparation for today and this story and this adventure that we're gonna embark on for the next 6 sessions. So thank you very much for joining us. It's going to be a fun ride in this new world of Dreams and Machines that we've produced here at Modiphius, and we hope you enjoy the game that we're going to do. So before we jump in, because I like to set the mood, set the scene a little bit for these games, we have an intro video created by a very good friend of mine. Please sit back, relax, and welcome to Avira Prime. We begin our story with a meeting of elders in a small home in New Mossgrove, the kind of central hub of this continent of Nedrosita here on Avira Prime. The attendees of this meeting are the heads of several factions from surrounding communities that outlie New Mossgrove. We have an elder from a place called Padril Tower. This is an archivist community to the north. One from the Apide homestead, which is a dreamer settlement to the northwest of New Mossgrove in the woodland area. A senior spearsmith from one of the spear cells that resides at Elian Hill, which is actually a crashed starship that they have taken up residence within. And we have a high navigator of the rivers community here from the local waterways. Now these elders, they meet in one of the homes of one of our New Mossgrove elders, and they are here to discuss in private a matter that may affect the greater community of Nedrosita, not just those close to the New Mossgrove area. Now they have this meeting in private, and when it is concluded, they all leave and go back to their own communities. And then whilst they're back, they talk to their own community leaders, and from these conversations they pick a member of their flock and ask them to go to New Mossgrove together and embark on a task of great importance. But they don't tell these people exactly what this task is. They just say, you have been chosen, you have been picked, we need you to go. There's a task that will begin at New Mossgrove. Go and meet at this specific point. There'll be others there, and you together will go and hopefully complete what is required. So now, a week since this meeting happened, we find ourselves in New Mossgrove. It's a bustling midweek day, early afternoon. The docks of New Mossgrove are thriving with fishing boats and rivers coming in to trade and transport people and cargo. The market is a bustling area, as it always is, and the streets are alive and busy with everyday people going about their business in what feels like a relative sense of safety, security here in this centralized hub. Now, we have our people here, our chosen, our appointed, shall we say, arriving here in New Mossgrove themselves, ready to take on what has been asked of them. So, I'm going to roll a dice to decide who shows up first.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. The first to arrive is Jaden. Jaden, can you tell us your character's name and a little visual description of them as they arrive at this meeting point?
So anyone who is an archivist would know Execu Zephlin, but prefers to go by Zeke tenets, because these are the laws to live by. You'll take note of the darker complexion, deep black skin, seems to be probably in his mid-20s at most, wears a lot of heavily electro-insulated silver-like clothing. It's very reflective. And his hair, despite being toned silver, isn't actually colored. There are just bits of metal in his hair along with rubber strands to help conduct and also dilute electricity. So it's mainly just bits of spark that seem to be coming off his body, as you can hear the clink of metal gears and other components all in the pouches along his thigh, his waist, and his pretty large metal backpack that seems to have the most amount of sound and gears grinding as it seems to be trying to work. It's very haphazard backpack with these little appendages that seem to be springing out bits and pieces. There are bits of jewelry that also have metal fragments, but rubber or leather tied around them, basically covered in metal for electricity, but to alter conduct. Also a heavy-set individual, kind of bulky, and you see various tattoos, and in those tattoos there's a bit of shine, as he's used a form of metal ink to get a little reflective for the nature of his glyph enjoyment, as he has these headphones, and he's twirling a stylus that is like a pick that he uses, and it's metal to make sure he can pick through the metal in his hair as need be, as he's just kind of twirling it, and is moving with a high vibe and almost dancing with every step.
Oh my god, I love him.
So cool.
Okay. So, Zeke, you arrive at the designated location you've been given, and you're kind of stood outside what appears to be a couple small homes, as it were, a couple small wooden built homes that have got corrugated tin on their sides and awnings of orange and blues around them, and you stand there waiting for a couple minutes, just vibing to yourself clearly, and then another person turns around the corner and arrives with you. Rachel, can you please introduce your character for us? You're muted.
Okay, so I'm just they are not very small, but small-ish, 5 foot something, but it's hard to tell because they are mostly covered with a covert cloak. But what you can see, because they're not in hiding right now, but what you can see kind of from what's visible. I have just taken my ADHD meds 5 minutes ago, so my brain is just trying to catch up. Very very homemade type of outfit. It's almost which is hilarious, the opposite of what Jaden's character is wearing. It's a lot of earth tones, dark greens, things that have just been sewn together, goggles on their head, like protective goggles, very dirty, with like oil and dirt, kind of like, you know how Pigpen walks around and there's always a cloud of dust around him. That's what it's like for my character, except they smell like not bad, but just very like how a mechanic would smell when they come home from work. Like it's like a mix of oil and dirt, but also strangely like a little bit of this sulfurous smell. Short, I'm just gonna make them look like me because it's easier. Short, like very their hair is very, very messy. They also have no eyebrows. It's unclear just by looking if this is a stylistic thing or if this is just something that's happened. And they're very kind of moving kind of erratically, talking to themselves and kind of looking around at other people, and like at times even like picking up people's like fabric of their clothing, much to like the disgruntled looks of other people, because they're just like very interested. Like they'll see something and they're going and grabbing it. Probably also like late 20s ish, and their name is Och and Cap, but they go by Cap, which we will discover later. And yeah, they're just like, they probably don't look like they're up to any sort of official business because they are very much in their own head and don't know what's going on.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Next to arrive, again, momentarily, you Cap, you come around the corner and see Zeke stood there in the spot where you've been told to arrive. And as you turn the corner and you see them, you hear footsteps behind you as another person approaches. This person is Logan. Can you please describe your character for us as they enter? You're muted, by the way, as well.
The same thing. Crassus Sparksong is the name of my character. The first thing, of course, you notice is the huge electrosphere he's carrying. It is like kind of like a bronzy gold color. It has all these intricate bits dangling from it. There's some like braided thread. There's a small little animal bones actually woven into the threads coming off of the spear. And sorry, hello. Animal attack. And his clothing it's clearly homemade. Again, not a sharp dresser necessarily. He's got this big a linen cloak on that's been clearly hand stitched, right? Not clean stitching done on the cloak itself, with some leather armor that he's got kind of all over his body. And again, clearly homemade, kind of thrown together almost. On his face, he's got some face paint that is kind of in strange designs with those hunter glyphs to help foil the machines. And his hair is actually a dark green color. And again, it's unclear if it's dyed or why it's that color. But and he's very young. I would say, I think maybe early 20s, if even that old, but definitely carries himself with a sense of confidence and excitement. And and he just marches down with the group, got a big smile on his face, and just high energy, clearly ready to go.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. And Chris, you show up, and Cap and Zeke, you see this clearly spear come around the corner just after Cap. So the three of you stand there for a moment, maybe slightly confused as to why you were all here and why clearly three very different, distinguishably different people are stood around outside this random small home. As you take a second to ponder that, coming around the opposite side of the building this time, we see Josephine. Will you please describe your character?
Maybe you hear the clinking of all of the jewelry hanging around her neck. She's covered in like I'd say like 4 or 5 different like necklaces. She's got rings, bracelets. Even in the hair, she's got like long, maybe like waist length, wavy hair that has braids and other sort of jewelry and maybe some mechanical bits, just like collections of pieces, almost like a bird collecting things. And her hair is colors of different shades of blue and turquoise, and yeah, it's probably dyed. It's not like perfect, it's a little messy. She has like smoky kind of eyeliner on. Looks like she just woke up like this, like didn't take off any makeup, just sort of rolled out, and is in sort of black leathers type of worn attire. And wherever you see skin poking through, there are tattoos, but they're just regular tattoos. Nothing fancy, no glistening, although I think she would like that. And her boots have like these big buckles on them, so they also like clink when she walks. She just sort of like sidles in, looks like a little half asleep. And her name is Astrolabe Jewel Magnolia, but you can call her Jewel.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. So, the three of you hear Jewel clink around the corner as she approaches. And again, coming from the opposite side of this building, closest to Zeke, where you're stood. So Jewel comes in from behind you, whereas the other two came from in front. And now there are 4 of you stood outside this house, awkwardly looking at each other. Anyone going to say anything to each other?
Hello. Surely you all remember me.
I do, but I don't know why you are here.
Well, the why, I'm sure, will become apparent later. You know how they do. But do you all know each other?
I don't know anybody here.
Oh, please, allow me. We have Zeke tenants here from the archivists. Meet our illustrious spear, Crassus Sparksong.
Yep, that's me.
And, of course, we have Cap here. Oh, Cap and Zeke, do you not know each other yet? Oh, I cannot wait.
I will be like kind of on the ground, picking up and like putting into a little like a little test tube type thing, any shavings that have fallen out of Zeke's hair. Like when you pick your hair, like any shavings that come down, I'm just like, oh, and then what? Oh,
Cap, yes, hello. Remember, I sold you an item a few months back, no?
I have so many items, so thank you.
Why are you scraping the shavings? You're on the ground.
Yeah, I thought that since they were on the ground that they're fair game, so they're mine now.
The question is, why?
Why not? I could do things with them. They could be turned into other things. They're mine now. Did you want them back? Because you'll have to give me something for them now, because ground is fair game.
No, you can keep it. I don't. Okay, you weird like me. I like this.
See, Zeke Tenets looks to understand it all. But some things cannot be understood, Zeke, I found.
Everything can be understood. You just have to read enough.
Ah, yeah, so that would require me to read, wouldn't it?
Good audios for everybody. It'll teach you what you need to know.
Why learn when I know you?
That is fair. That is what the archivist is for. Granted, I'm not on the most favorable position with them. I broke a few things.
Oh, no. Well, I'm sure we can fix that.
And on that note, Cass, yes, Spear. I have like a small favor, small request. If you'd indulge, may I see your spear?
Well,
Ooh.
it's a little personal. You understand? This is you can look at it. You can hold it for just a second, okay? I'll let you look at it, and then we'll. Okay. Oh, okay. Here.
And like takes it gently, and then you see immediately like takes their like thumb presses into their chest where there's like a little metal button, and these arms come out of like these appendages come out of the backpack, 4 of them, and they just start holding it so that as he kind of like traces with the finger. Oh, I have not been able to actually feel one, and it is so beautiful.
Well, Kratos, I'm not going to take it personally that you didn't allow me to look at your spear just last time I was through, but it's fine.
Well, I mean, we've got some things to attend to. Look here, just. And he takes it back.
Because the understanding is, if we're here, whatever happens next, then if it breaks or something gets damaged, I can perhaps fix. This is all.
Well, I appreciate the offer. It's very, very kind of you. Also, Jewel, it has been a while. I didn't even recognize you.
Have I really changed that much?
Oh, I don't know about that. You know how it is. Lots of trade, lots of things going on.
Yes, have I gotten more attractive, more luminary?
I definitely noticed the new jewelry you've added. You've got quite the collection now.
Yes, thank you. Well, have you been, I don't know, poking things with spears?
Oh, absolutely. I took down this walker the other day. It was so cool. You should have been there. Oh, man. I just really, we thought maybe we had lost it, but I got my spear in there right at the right moment. Man, Sparksong has really been doing well for me these days. It's just, I feel like I'm just collecting kills.
Exciting.
You said that, Walker. Did you happen to get some spare electronic components?
Oh, absolutely. That's the best part, is taking it apart afterwards. But I don't have any more. I ended up selling them recently.
That's why you know who you're supposed to come to for that. If you need parts, Zeke tenants. Hello.
Of course. You know, if a spear has a recent,
Don't need
kill
to
of a walker.
rely on a spear.
Fresh parts. That is all. That is all.
Yes.
Does
While
anyone
you
know
guys have
why?
been talking, I'm like digging through like my bag that I've got like underneath my clothes, like almost to the point where I'm like folding in on myself, like half my body's inside my bag, and then I emerge and I've got like this piece of like a, not quite a gemstone, but like a crystal, and it's got like this like blue turquoise green flash, like when the light hits it when I'm turning it, that's like the color of Jewel's hair. And I'll just like reach out and be like, hey, this reminds me of you, and I think you should have it. It is labradorite or labrador. It's a rock and it looks like you, so you should have it, and then you can make it into maybe things to go in your hair.
For me.
Yeah, you can just have it.
And I go to take it, but I pause and what do you want in return?
That's a good question. Just your friendship, maybe?
Oh,
I don't know.
my friendship is so easy to buy. Yes, I'll take it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Wow.
And Jewel,
What a good friend.
yeah. And Jewel, as you look at this this new shiny rock that you've been given, you all hear the sound of rushed, shuffling footsteps coming from round the corner as a 5th person comes and joins the 4 of you stood outside this house. Phil, can you please describe your character? they arrive late.
Yeah. This is Bixby's accent. He goes by Bix. Bixby is sort of like he's older. I'd say in his mid 40s. So he's got some gray in his dark shaggy hair and in his beard, sort of freckled in. He is olive skin toned, and he is just his very sort of understanding vibe at all. Like he's shuffling up, holding a coffee cup, and kind of like as soon as he sees that he's been observed to be kind of like speeding up or like walking quickly, he slows down and does like a little wave from far away and kind of like keeps it up for a second too long as he's approaching. He's wearing a scarf much like this one and a long green kind of like survivalist style coat. He's kind of a man of the earth, so to speak, but also, well, not earth, man of the land, so to speak, but yeah, his just very sort of unassuming look to him, like an old guy you would meet at a coffee shop. And as he approaches, he's like, okay, well, you seem all like you're meeting here, so that this must be the group. Excellent. Hi, Bixby. Sorry, I was getting a couple mud.
Biggs.
Well, Jewel, if it isn't as lovely to see you as always, shining and vibrant as a jewel,
Why
of course.
are you always this excessively polite?
I figure, every chance that we meet is an opportunity to start off on the right foot again.
Oh my god. Bix, these are new friends, I suppose. Definitely new friend Cap. We've got our spear Crassus, Sparksong. And this is Zeke Tennis, archivist.
Zeke, okay. Zeke, I feel like I must have met you in my travels once or twice before.
It's definitely possible. I've been places, I've been things, I've done stuff. You deal in... Wait a minute. Yes!
Yeah.
Your local space, yes.
Yes, yeah. Well, good to see you. Oh my, are these new tattoos? Well, excellent.
Yes,
Wow.
I made some new craft things. I practiced on my own glyph insides. Some of them don't work. I have to redo over and over, but luckily they are easy enough.
Yeah, well, hell, every time something does work, it's just moving towards getting it to work, right?
Yes, and of course, if you need any touch up on your glyph clothing or anything, let me know. I can refresh, restock, refurbish.
Okay, yeah. And that was Cap, right?
Yes,
But
that's me.
oh, here, I think I pick up like a little piece of metal that I saw like was in your hand a second ago, and it's like, oh, here, I think you dropped that. Very wow.
Perfect. Can I have a cup of whatever it is that you have in that cup? Can I have some?
But I don't have another cup, but if you want to take a sip, it's gonna perk you up a little bit, which he hands over his cup sort of awkwardly.
Just like very much like oh, this is like this. I don't like it.
So it takes back. It's acquired taste.
So,
reacted the same way. But then I came to rely on it.
Beaks, do you happen to know why you are here at least? I have not been clear on what is happening.
Yeah, why have the elders called us here so early?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I got word that the elders wanted me here and that I'd be meeting some new friends. Speaking of a spear, holy smokes! Wow, strapping lad here. Nice to meet you, Crassus.
Crassus puffs up his chest. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I figured we were here to go hunt a waker or something. But I mean, you guys seem nice, but I don't know. Clearly, it can't be quite that. At least not right now.
Lo siento. Spear. River. Everin. Cap. A collection like this is, it is unorthodox. Lo siento. If we are all here, that means something affects on a scale that's larger than it needs to be. But also, sending me, not a great idea. But, not the problem here. I don't like that they propose us to come.
Why, you have comments on this group in particular? I mean, I have my own thoughts on some of us, but what are your reservations then?
I have gone on expeditions with people to gather supplies, parts, information. I've been with Rivers for trade. I've been with Everence for, local landscape and understanding the region. I've only journeyed with one spear before, and that time it was because we were trying to scavenge an area where a Waker might be. But to bring us all here, each group in the region, there is something pressing. If the elders sent each of us, yes, each of you sent from a prominent figure in your group.
Oh, I don't know about pressing. Sometimes they're a little dramatic. I'm sure it's fine.
I don't feel as much that way.
I hear your concern. Seems a little like, I mean, it's random to get one of each of all of it. Well, it being random would be crazy. Too much of a coincidence in my book.
Right, I mean, I hear your concern as well. I just think that maybe we shouldn't get ahead of ourselves,
Zeke's gonna analyze the area around to see if there's anything that might make more sense.
Okay.
If possible.
Yeah, I'll say you take a quick look around the area, and you're in what appears to be a small residential part of New Mossgrove. It's just a couple small houses in this area, and you're in the area you're in specifically. There are 3 houses, in a little bit of an arch, so you've got a little almost courtyard area where you're all stood. Taking that quick look around, there's nothing there that kind of draws any significance to it. As you kind of take that moment, Zeke, and you turn, you look around, you hear a latch unlock and a door open, and you all turn and look, and you see a well-built gentleman step out. He is about 5'10", stocky build, kind of gruffy black beard, black hair, wearing a tan, long kind of trench coat with a big scarf, and you see as he steps out, you see a very large metallic prosthetic leg step forward, and you see in his other hand a very, very large gun that is kind of just on his shoulder. And the gentleman steps out and he turns to you all and he kind of looks and goes, what time do you call this? You were asked to be here at noon. It's clearly past. You're late. Come on, in. And this gentleman beckons you in to the house.
See? I did not like this. Then kind of whatever.
Yeah. We'll follow him in.
Yeah,
Crassus just shrugs, walks right in.
I'll walk in last, yawning. I kind of sort of gently, kindly, not in an offensive way, or sort of nudge Cap to go to move from whatever they may be doing at that given moment. Come on, let's go.
Okay, so you all follow this gentleman in, and he brings you into what appears to be a small home, and guides you into a dining room, which is very simply laid out. There's a large table in the middle with chairs around it, and he kind of ushers you, sit down. And for Bixby, Jewel, and Crassus, the three of you would know this gentleman as Wycliffe Quarles, and he's the head guardian here in New Mossgrove. He's kind of the one who runs the militia here normally, and this is actually his home that you've entered, but you've entered it from a different side you would normally access it from. You've actually entered it from the residential side, and this is what Wycliffe uses as his quote-unquote barracks for the New Mossgrove militia, but he doesn't have a barracks, he just has his house. So on the other side, which you didn't enter, there is a little wooden sign that says New Mossgrove Barracks. But you've entered his home through the residential side, through the back, so it's a bit more quiet, a bit more private. And,
okay.
And he brings you in and kind of ushers you to sit down in his dining room. And he's like, "She'll be here in a minute. Just sit down. I'll go bring Vittoria in, and we can get this sorted, get this started, or whatever the hell's going on."
But he's not an elder.
No, he is not.
Okay.
No. And he sits you down, leaves the room for a second, and you see him come back in, very slowly, with what appears to be an elderly woman clutched onto his arm. He's placed his gun down in the other room, and now he's assisting this woman in, and she comes into the room with him, and he sits her down next to Jewel, where you are. And as she sits down, you see appears to be a woman in her late 60s, early 70s, thick black curly hair with streaks of grey and white running through it. She's wearing a very simple kind of tunic, tan and orange tunic outfit, and she kind of sits down next to you all, and she kind of turns, looks at you all, and you see this very, very deep set, wrinkled and tanned face glowing as she kind of smiles at you all. And as she smiles, her eyes close. She looks around at you all, and she says, welcome. Thank you for arriving so promptly. I'm glad you were all here and had safe travels. She says this, and she kind of looks at you all as she does, and in a moment of intimacy, without looking in your direction, Jewel, she kind of just places her hand out and holds your hand while she begins talking to you all. And she says, it's nice to see you all. I thank you for coming. It means a lot to me that to have such a group of individuals as yourself to assist on this task. I apologize for the lack of information given, but it's a private matter we must deal with for the community, and we don't want it to upset or cause any form of unease within the town of New Mossgrove. We've been through so much here in the recent months and years, in rebuilding and getting this community to thrive as it is.
Yeah, of course, we're at your disposal, but what is it exactly that we've been called for?
That.
Yes. And she turns to Wycliffe, who is just kind of stood at the doorway. She goes, Wycliffe, could you please bring it in for me? And he nods and steps away. And she goes, yes, well, see, did any of you see the bright light 4 nights ago?
Of course.
I did.
It was hard
It
to
might have been the
avoid.
moon.
Okay.
A moon.
I mean, I think everybody saw the light, right? It was weird.
Yes.
Yes, I was paying attention as well. Mm-hmm.
It was a beautiful light show for our poetry reading down at the town square, but it was kind of distracting.
It was unusual, to say the least. But something came from that light, and that is the beginning of this situation. And she says this, Wycliffe comes back in. You see him holding like what appears to be a metal tray, and on it is something about that big, like the size of like a loaf of bread, wrapped in an embroidered green and pearl white cloth. And he brings it in and puts it on the table. And as he puts it on the table in the middle, you can hear the weight of this item kind of clang as it drops down. Whatever it is in its small size is quite hefty and heavy. And she goes on and she basically explains the light we saw. We do not know what it was. It was bright, and then there was a flash, and then something fell from the light, and it landed and caused a small crater in the forest to the east of New Mossgrove. To the point where some of our residents that live just on the outskirts of the town felt the rumble as this item, this, and points to the table as this hit the very ground itself. Wycliffe, being the ever vigilant guardian that he is, dispatched a group of his people to go and investigate, and they went and found this item in the center of this small crater. Whilst looking and trying to see what it was, where it came from, they were accosted, shall we say, by some unknown individuals. We don't know these people. The guardians, once they managed to return safely, said these individuals just came out of the shadows, with a purple glow to them, and began attempting to attack our guardians and take this item. Clearly they themselves saw the light and saw it fall, and maybe thought,
Purple glow.
Yes.
Is this something that you attribute to any particular group? Have you seen this before?
We've not seen these people before. We don't know.
Strange.
There's been, we've seen raiders, we've seen, we've heard of, and we've had encounters with thralls, and these raiding parties of these ne'er-do-wells that dwell and live in areas unknown. But these individuals, they did not, from the reports our guardians have told us, they did not attack in the same way. They didn't utilize the same weaponry. Like, we know thralls use javelins, they use blades, they use spears in their movements, and they're very kind of goal orientated. These individuals came and they had guns. They were shooting plasma weapons, they were shooting, they had technology beyond that of the usual foes we would encounter. And luckily our guardians managed to defend themselves and retreat back with this item into the safety of New Mossgrove. Once within the bounds of the town, they were not pursued further, and they brought it back to Wycliffe, who then brought it to the Council of Elders here, and we saw this item and we had no idea what it was. We brought in some of our local archivists from the New Mossgrove files, our archive here, and even Renke, without his vision, he investigated and for want of a better word, looked over this item with his touch and with his knowledge, and he couldn't decipher what this thing is. But he feels we could learn what it is. But we do not have the means here.
You said it was Renke was the one who looked it over? That is someone I know from the archivist, right?
Yes. Yeah, Renke is... he's a senior archivist who lives here in New Mossgrove, and he operates New Mossgrove Files, which is the local library. It's a very deep, big... rich archive of knowledge here in New Mossgrove, and Renke runs that and kind of manages that with some other archivists that live in the town itself.
And you're telling me that Renke could not figure out this thing?
No, we couldn't access it to know what was inside or what knowledge it held. We know that we know, we feel, we sense it contains old world technology. What that technology is, we do not know. But we feel with the right people, the right research, we could find out what is held on this.
Oh, I see. That is why I'm here. Excellent. Show me it.
While you go to like look at it, I've already like Cap has already like while people are talking, like kind of gone up to it and pulled away like the cloth that was covering it and was like doing their like already their investigation, and the goggles they have, like they've got like the magnifying things that come down in varying on either side. And so like this is kind of probably the most still you've seen them since you've met in the last little bit, because they're like being very, very careful and cautious about looking at the rock, although in their head there's I want to fucking lick this so bad.
So what I will say, we're going to do a roll now. We're going to do one of our first rolls. I want from we can get two of you to roll for this. Zeke and Cap, can you both roll me an insight study roll? So you're going to roll 2 d20s, and you want to roll under your insight for a success. But if you roll under your study, it classes as 2 successes. And this has a difficulty 0 roll because the item's in front of you, and you're not in a situation where you're going to have a difficult time to look at this item. I need some successes.
So it's meet or under?
Meet it or under it.
So that's
I have 2 successes because I rolled 2 1s.
You roll 2 1s. So what is your study?
1.
1. So that's 4 successes. Because if you roll under your study, that classes as 2 on its own.
I got 3 successes. I got below. I got a 3 and a 7.
Okay, so because this was a difficult.
Can I lick the rock?
So it is not a rock. This is what you find out.
Can I determine that by licking it?
Yes. But for mechanical purposes, because you have rolled 7 successes on a difficulty 0, but because you can only generate a maximum of 6, you have generated 6 momentum. So as a group, you now have 6 momentum, which you can, if you wish, spend later to gain back spirit, to create a truth, to ask questions.
Okay.
You can use it for damage. You can use it to reduce time during movement, combat, travel, and so on. So you have 6 momentum now from that roll.
Great.
So
I've got that tracked.
yes, wonderful, thank you. So looking at this item that is on the table that Cap has uncovered during this conversation without regard to anyone around, you see what appears to be a large rectangular thing with a lot of dirt on it, which Cap you decide you want to taste to determine what minerals, what nutrients, what it is. And what you taste is dirt from the ground. But from the side that Zeke is sat on, you can see that there has been a bit of cleaning done to this item, and what you see is that this rectangle is metal. It is also orange in colour. It has 4 letters written on the side, and it has what appears to be a small opening, only about 2 inches deep, about 3 inches wide, with some shiny, what appears to be shiny silver coloured, so metallic coloured points within it. But that's all you see there. The letters are let me just find it. It is UWRD.
UWRD.
Yes.
I don't believe those letter combinations rings any bells for me.
No. But it appears to be
And is it like a solid rectangle, or does there seem to be like any, I don't know, areas to like pry open?
It appears to be solid. Like, it appears to be, if you were to clean the dirt off further, whilst Cappy's kind of doing that on one side to investigate it, it appears to be like a solid piece of machined metal with just the letters on one side, and then this small 2 inch deep by kind of 3 inch oval opening with some silver on the inside.
Six gonna like try to place like a hand on it, and I'm gonna see if I can not sense but like feel any electricity in it. Like there's that low hum that some things have, to see if there's any power in it of any kind.
Interesting. Okay. And
what I'm gonna do is also put on my headphones to do as much sound deprivation to get myself to focus my ability to like feel that hum that electronics give.
Okay. I'm going to say do me another insight study roll for this, but the DC on this is going to be 3.
3? Oh,
3.
yes, demonstrative. Let's go. That's my drive. Let's do this. I would like to use my tool rig to help isolate and like reduce, like honestly see if I can hold it and see if there's any amount of power coming from different points, to see if EGOT, my backpack, can feel it at any point on 4 points of the device. Is that acceptable?
Yeah, go for it.
Then I will spend 1 spirit.
Yeah.
2 spirit. I'm gonna spend 2 spirit to get 2 dice, and because tool rig, I can also re-roll 2 dice if I spend spirit using my tool rig.
Oh,
So I don't have to spend additional spirit to re-roll.
Okay.
nice.
Insight study.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. Oh, I can re-roll 2 of them. I'm gonna
You have to
re-roll
spend
this
spirit to re-roll.
Tool rig says if I spend it to add dice, I don't have to spend it to re-roll those same 2 dice.
Okay.
That's why I want to use my tool rig. So that's
Interesting.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1. That one didn't get much better. There we go. So that'll give me 6 successes.
6 successes.
Wow.
Wow. We need to swap your dice.
And I'd like to can I spend the extra momentum to refresh my spirit?
If you wish to spend momentum to refresh your spirit, you can. It is 1 momentum for 1 spirit, and then an additional 2 momentum for the next spirit, 3 momentum for the next spirit.
So
But you
it
have
was
6.
difficulty
You
3.
have, as a group, you have 6, but because you've got all the additional successes on this, you can spend those to reboot this if you want.
That will refresh me. Excellent.
Awesome. So
EGOT's got this.
So your backpack, the arms extend and reach out onto this metal object on the table, and you put your headphones on and start to kind of blot out your surroundings and just feel for any sort of electrical vibration within it. And you spend a couple moments kind of stood there unmoving. The rest of you watching this, having never experienced Zeke doing these things before, but you stand there and you watch, and you're like, For the most part, you feel nothing. But then for a split nanosecond, you sense a slight charge. Then it dissipates.
Now, does the charge feel like something powered it? I don't know if this is going to be a stretch. I guess, and if I need to spend momentum, is it like there's power in it and it turned on, or something remotely, like a distant wave
from inside?
Okay.
Yeah. You sense a charge, a bit of charge within the
so it's not
solid
completely
base.
dead. Okay. So, as it happens, EGOT will regress the arms and pull the headphones back. What? Yeah, it looked like it is, there is power in it still. It has potential to be utilize electricity because I charge in it.
Okay.
I sort of like lean forward, like from the table, and look at Victoria, or that's the elder. Right?
Victoria, yeah.
Victoria. I lean towards forward now. Victoria, Abuelita, tell me, why here? I mean, are you concerned this is a weapon since you got the militia involved?
She hears you say that, and as you reference the word weapon, she kind of sighs into herself, and she's like, "We don't know what this is. We know it's old, just from the writing on it and the markings. It isn't something of our age, and we don't know a lot about what happened in the past. Like, we all know the stories of the Great War and the mechs and the being that triggered all this and set them off and attacked our world, which we managed to stop. But when that stopped, everything stopped, and we had to rebuild and restart. And we there are remnants of the old world still out there that we have utilized and brought back and still know of, but there's still so much of the old world we don't know, we don't remember, or don't have knowledge about. And some of those things can be scary, and some of those things can be a joy, a delight, an improvement on what we have now. This, we do not know what it is, which makes it scary. And the fact that an unknown group came and attacked us in an attempt to get this makes it even scarier.
Yeah. Oh, where did they come from? They haven't been seen since. And was the attack on the same day as the light appeared 4 days ago, or was it the next day?
Wycliffe sent his group out immediately when we were told of the rumble of this item falling, and the attack happened whilst they were retrieving it themselves.
They haven't been spotted since.
No, we've sent scouting groups out to that area since, and no, there aren't even tracks on the floor.
Strange.
Now that's troubling.
How close to the rivers was this crater?
It was, as I check my map. Oh, it was a good mile or two north of the nearest river.
North.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I want to do something dumb.
Mile 2's not that far. I wonder if maybe there's other rivers who saw what happened, saw the group pass by or something like that. Maybe,
yes. There is a lot of information that flows along the rivers, and I'll definitely look into it.
Yes, please. But anyway, before we digress further, I need to explain to you why you are here and why we have called you. Why your elders have brought you specifically to us. Again, we don't know what this item is. Renki and our archivists here do not know how to access it or understand what it is. But Renki feels that the archivists can work out what this item is and how to open it and how to utilize it. And he's made the poignant suggestion that we take this to the Deepwood archives to the south, and maybe one of the archivists there, one of the leaders there, would be able to interact with this item, and or at least have information in their archive there, which is again much richer than what we have here, on what this is and where it came from and what it's doing. Like, again, this thing fell from the sky. How? But we feel, Renki especially, that Deepwood will have the answers for this. And what we would like you to do is take this to the Deepwood Archives. Now, we could have just asked for a group of guardians or some passing traders to take this down there, but because this came from the sky, there were other people who were trying to get this. It is from the old world. We feel that this may hold something significant for the community here at New Mossgrove, but for the surrounding communities, for all of us. You know, we've not ever had anything like this happen or literally fall into our laps like this. So rather than one sole person or one sole group or community taking charge of this and moving it on, we invited elders from all the surrounding communities to come together, and as a council of inhabitants from this continent and this planet, this world where we live, come together and be a collected effort, take this down there, so that there is no feeling of animosity between groups. Everyone has got a stake in what this could hold, so everyone has a responsibility in taking it. Hence why we've called each of you.
Yeah, and my understanding, did you say people are trying to get this item? Are we going to be in danger transporting this?
I do not know. I do not have answers on that for you, unfortunately. But this is why we've not relinquished this to a single person, and there are 5 of you.
Right. Yes. Yeah, of course I'm up to the task. I just want to get my facts straight.
Yes, someone attacked our group when they were retrieving this item. We don't know if they're waiting for this to move so they can attempt to take it again. We don't know, but we hope that the journey will be a pleasant, relaxing one to the south. You know, Deepwoods is, a bit of a travel away. And for those watching at home, we do have a map to showcase where everything lies on the continent of in this region of New Mossgrove. And for my players, because I've sent you all the map, if you look at the very center of the map where the rivers converge, that is where New Mossgrove is. And then if you go straight south down to the bottom beyond the mountain range, where you see the aqueduct on the left, there is a tower just to the south, just to the left of the bottom of the map. And that is Deepwood Archives there.
On the left?
Yeah, if you go straight to the bottom of the map, you'll see
the random tower by that trailway thing.
Yeah, what looks like a railway line is actually a very large aqueduct.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That tower there at the bottom, that is Deepwood Archives.
Okay.
So that is where you're being asked to go to.
At this point, Zeke is testing the hardness level of this object with one of his mechanical scalpels to just do a hardness test, see if it can be scratched or something.
As you do that, the orange scratches, but then underneath it does not. It looks like it's got like an orange paint or an orange film over it, but underneath is a very hard, dense metal. At least that's how it feels to your scratch test.
Okay. Do I notice any outlets of any kind on this thing? Anywhere to plug in any way, shape, or form, even if I can't?
Just that one recess that is 2 inches deep and like a 3-inch wide oval with some silver inside it, or silver colored metal inside, or where like there is raw metal there. But it is a shape and size that you've not seen before in terms of outlets and plugs of anything you've utilized in your time.
So it'd be safe to say, I don't think there's a way I could try to power it with one of my other items to try to move power into it, because I don't see a way I could try to get to any components.
You could attempt it, but there is a risk of damaging whatever it is, because you do not know what this is. Okay.
How stupid am I? No, I won't risk it yet.
Or is that what it seems to be? It's out of power.
It is. There's a small spark of power inside of it. It is small, nano, but it is there, meaning it is something electronic in it, but it is too small to do anything with, and I can't access it. It is too tough, and this recess here that would allow insertion, extraction, or whatever, I am not capable of knowing how to utilize, not without damaging whatever it might be, or perhaps damaging.
So the thing's not fully dead. It's more asleep, I guess.
In the way it's not even asleep. It is more so it is like in a coma of sorts, not quite dead, but beyond sleep. It is perhaps restorable. If power is inside it, more power can be given if we know how to access it.
Okay, all right.
Do we want to power it up? I mean, we don't even know what this thing is.
Oh, I'm going to power it up as soon as I can find out how.
Okay. Crassus looks on nervously.
Well, okay. Okay. So we're taking it south, and so it's more of like a transportation mission, and we're all here so that no particular group has a leg up on the other. Fair enough. I understand all that.
Exactly.
There'll be dangers. Sure. How do we all feel? I don't want to make. I mean, I know we've all been asked by our elders, but I don't want to be a part of this as everyone's not on board.
I'm in. I am so in. As Zeke is like caressing this object, being like, I will learn your secrets.
No, yeah, I'm in. It's it'll be good. It's impressive. It's an impressive task asked of impressive people, I assume.
That's the nicest thing she's ever said about me.
Well,
or
it's
in a
just,
group
you're
of
just
people
by
as well.
virtue that you're included because it's a group, but don't let it get to your head.
I'll still take it.
Well, I think it sounds like an adventure, so I'm in.
While they're doing that,
Yeah?
Zeke would like to write, if possible, I'd like to write a glyph on this machine. I actually want to take the time to write a glitch glyph, with the intention that if we encounter robots and they see this thing, it'll cause them to glitch if they see it at least the first time. It's like a defense mechanism on one side, and then I want to see if possible to write discharge on the other, so that way it has its own like one-use protection kind of thing.
Okay.
Very cool.
Yeah.
But also seeing if like the machine responds. If it responds poorly to me writing a glyph, I will stop and assess. But if it doesn't do anything, then I'm going to put those protective glyphs on it.
Doesn't do anything.
Okay, cool. But the glyphs like work and they're on it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's fine. You've basically tagged it with the glyphs.
Yeah. So as people, as you see, like pulls out the pick and presses a part of it, and like this little like energy surge goes through and it starts drawing on it. I am putting a glyph of protection on this in case we encounter a wreck of sorts. Then this is going to temporarily disarm it. This one points to glitch will cause a coding problem. The machine will try to subroutine the code and break it down, gives it time to recess to escape, and shows the other one. This one causes the machine to lose all energy temporarily. If it's something that is powerful, then this will remove its use.
Right, I believe you.
Then
Right, then.
let's pick back.
Vittoria, thank you so much for, bringing us here together and all of this. And this is clearly something very important for the community. We don't know what this is. This is, unknown forces coming into play. Did the elders say, was there like a specific thing that we would receive by the end of transporting this item?
Still holding your hand, as she's never let go at this point. She kind of looks at you, squeezes your hand, and just goes, "Thanks."
Thanks. We'll receive thanks. Yes. Love that. I love that. Of course, that is enough for me.
Dude, if we get this figured out and the archivist can power this, the information alone, I will personally give you access to whatever I can. Archivist information, tech that is available. If we can uncover this, it is a priceless opportunity. You would be known as the one who cracked the code across all the rivers and region.
I do like the sound of that. Yes, but of course I would, willing to do this anyway. Yes. Is
you've been awful quiet. Did you get something from that lick, or what? Are you feeling okay about this?
I think I'll have the soup.
Okay. All right. Okay. Does that mean yes?
Sorry, I was miles away. It's a box. Yeah, it's a box.
You want to see what this box is?
I mean, yes and no, but I was sent here for a reason, and I will help. I think it'll be fun. Like, maybe we'll die, but maybe not. So, I'm here for it.
It's interesting, Zeke. Do you hear that? Cap says it's just a box, actually.
So far.
There's more than the box. It is so much information is stored inside of this thing.
Reminds me of a legend. Like it is both a box and more than a box. It's sort of like a story about this old man who put a cat in a box, and no one can really tell whether it was alive or dead. I mostly just wondered about that man's sanity, because harming animals is not a good telltale sign.
I do not believe there is an animal in the box.
Well, one thing it's not then.
Oh my
As Zeke
god,
leans
this
over.
is going to be a long trip.
Take the box and try and put it in my bag. I'm gonna assume it's too big for just my little bag, but I'm just trying to.
I believe I can hold on to this one. I have the ability to have as the appendages kind of come out, I have extra arms to hold it and carry it as need be.
I'm assuming
Said
they
it
just come take it.
Yeah, they just kind of.
You said it was like loaf of bread size, right?
Yes, but very heavy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think with two of my appendages, they can handle it.
Yeah, just means you're packed. You can feel the weight, the added weight.
Yeah.
On your back. As you do that,
I gotta adjust my stabilizers.
Yeah. As you pop it on your back and that, Vittoria lets go of your hand, Jewel, and kind of pushes her chair back as if she's preparing to leave. And Wyclef steps forward to grab her arm and assist her up. And as he does, he kind of throws a small bag, almost like a pouch-sized bag, onto the table with a slight clatter. Jewel, do you know that sound? Yes, you know that sound very well. And he goes, "Here, here's some coin. Use it, barter for some supplies in the market. Whatever use it for whatever you may encounter on the way, but do not waste it. The elders have put this fund together to assist you on the way, so make sure you use it to assist you on your way."
Coin spent is never wasted.
I hope not. And then kind of Vittoria kind of like taps him on the arm to stop being grumpy. And she goes, again, thank you for taking on this task for us. It means the world to me. She smiles with like this, again, deep wrinkled, old, tanned face. As they kind of walk out of the room, and Wycliffe says, right, off you go. Kind of opens the door out of his house as he takes Victoria into another room. So
walk out.
Yeah, as you all leave Wycliffe's house, we're going to jump to a quick break, so we can all get refreshed, ready for what happens next. So for those watching at home, thank you very much for sticking around with us. We'll be back in a few mementos. So yeah, we'll see you all very soon. Bye. Okay, and we are back from our break. Thank you very much for sticking around with us whilst we got ourselves prepared for this next section of our adventure. So, to recap for everyone watching, our group have been brought together by the elders of their individual communities to ascend here to New Mossgrove, as a task has been appointed to them. In arriving, everyone has met each other. We've then gone into a house belonging to Wycliffe Quarrel, the head guardian of the New Mossgrove militia here. They were seated in his dining room and greeted by an elder by the name of Vittoria Silva, who was an elderly woman who came in and explained the task at hand to this group, which is an item fell from the sky one evening following flashes of light. It caused a small crater. Some guardians went to investigate, found this item, and then were immediately attacked by an unknown group bathed in a glow of purple. They managed to retreat with the item back to New Mossgrove and were not pursued. They have brought this item back. It's been looked at and investigated by the local archivists here, led by Renki, who is the head archivist at New Mossgrove Archives, the library here, and they have deemed they do not know what it is. They know it is old world, but they don't know what it is. They don't know if it's dangerous. They don't know if it's a good thing, but they know that there is knowledge within it that needs to be unlocked for the world, because we feel it could potentially have great benefits to the greater community, or it could be a detriment, but we need to know either way so we can deal with it. So Renki, having spoken to the elders, decided or suggested that it be taken to the Deepwood Archives, which is one of the main archive communities to the south of New Mossgrove, almost kind of the starting point of the archive faction itself. It's a very large community, and it has a very big vaulted archive there, which hopefully will hold the knowledge required to work out what this item is and what is inside it and what it does. So our group have been tasked with taking this item south. In essence, each one of them has been appointed by their community, all from different factions, because this item could benefit or be a detriment to all people, not just the denizens of New Mossgrove. So they felt, rather than one community, one faction taking ownership of this journey, this item, everyone comes in as a collective effort, so that everyone is involved, everyone is equal in this trip, this expedition, shall we say. So they were given this task. Yes, Joseph. Yes.
I was going to, just check that bag of coin.
Yes.
And see
it has coins in
how
it.
much is in there.
It has
how many of those
it
coins?
has 35 coins in it.
35.
35.
Actually, I want to say that, like, Jewel doesn't open it, just like clinks it around and listens, and is like, that's about 35 coin, not bad at all. Well, shall we do a little preparatory shopping?
All right.
Is there soup? I'm sure we can arrange.
I know a good soup spot.
You would know a good soup spot.
But it's perfect for a cold day and got lots of nutrients.
Yeah.
You like lentils? I got the perfect lentil soup for you.
Oh, well, that's also a very good point. Do we need to get food for the trip? Like, how many days trip is going to the Deepwood Archives?
Ooh, that's a good question.
And I think I could find food in the wild.
Oh yeah, you're
True.
Can you? Is that a thing?
All you can eat is mushrooms the whole fucking time.
Oh, we'll all
there
be
is, like,
dreamers by the end of this.
Because I noticed that there's food and water as part of, like, the equipment stuff as well, like that supplies for like one day. So I don't know if we need to.
And just to confirm, we have to travel through wilderness between here and where we're going, right?
Yes, you do. So it's about roughly like 35 to 40 kilometers away. sound like
Okay,
a
so
lot.
how many days
Days travel, it's going to take you, because again, you've got to pass through wilderness,
Yeah.
mountains,
Yeah.
and such. So it's going to take a few days.
3-ish days.
3-ish, maybe more. Depends how direct of a route you attempt to take. If you go as the crow flies, it's
Okay.
35 kilometers ish.
So theoretically, we'd need maybe 3 days worth of food.
5.
Well, if there's also some hunting involved, I don't know, or foraging or mushrooming. It's foraging, isn't it?
We're going through forest, hills, plains, valley location. So
I would think because I'm a grabber and a dreamer, I would be able to like, and I can do traps, so I can probably do like, not to the point of like I have no hero's feast type ability, but like I can help us get by.
So
Yeah.
okay.
And I am the gatherer too, so I can also help potentially with foraging if we need to. It's probably good to bring some supplies though, right? We would want to.
Okay, so
I
then
get no
yeah,
help.
do we want 3 days worth of food to and then if we take more than 3 days, like, you know, there's some extra leeway with your abilities? How much are we relying on you guys is what I'm gonna
A lot.
I think that makes
Let
sense.
me-
It'd be more that we would be able to provide in a pinch rather than we would want to plan on us gathering food.
Then let's do 5 days. In case.
No, it's expensive. I'm gonna tell you.
How much is
So
it each?
3 days worth of food is gonna be 15 coin total.
Oof.
So
Like,
I'm good with
for
3
everyone?
days. Yeah, because it's one per. It's a single person
Oh.
for a single day is 1 coin. There's 5 of us. 3 days, 15 coin.
I would say
Plus
knowing
boost.
that we need to like, instead of being like a just in case option, knowing that we have to provide like as hunter gatherers, we can probably do for those 2 days if we only want to get 3 days worth of food.
Could I
Yeah,
do
so that's-
a bit of like, I'm from the Mossgrove. Could I do a bit of like maybe bartering to see if I could be like, hey, we're going to do something dangerous for
Oh, yeah.
the good of everyone. Maybe we can get some extra food.
Yeah, you could definitely barter the prices down, or attempt to barter the prices down, or or haggle for extra rations. You know, always got that option.
Yeah.
I can also do that, but I can do that for a different item. You cover food,
Okay, perfect.
but we have 35 coin in there. So yeah, see what kind of deal you can get us first.
All right. I'm gonna go to some of my local haunts that I know like have food for a decent price that will like stay.
Okay. Are you taking everyone with you, or are you just going to go yourself?
You know, I want to take them with me as sort of a look at. It's sort of a show of, hey, look, we're all here. This is something important.
Team
Like you
building
rarely
exercise.
Team building.
team building, yeah. But also kind of as props to be like, look at us, look at us.
All
They
walks
don't even
of
have
life.
eyebrows.
Yeah.
We're so poor. Can't afford them.
I'm just like dripping in jewelry next to you.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. So, Bigsby, you take your new group of acquaintances, as we will say for now, into the markets of New Mossgrove, and you go to the big riverside market, which is bustling with life and activity. You see a lot of farmers selling their crops and their livestock and everything there, as well as some river traders that Jewel, you see these people on the daily almost. You see these people selling their wares. Several from your own flotilla are there kind of selling some of the scrap they've found and the less important, less expensive stuff they found, but at a higher price in the market. And Bigsby, you take them to one specific small little stand, which has a gentleman sat there that you know by the name of Marcus. He's a mid-30s gent, slim but with very big arms. very strong, powerful arms, but he's very slim build. And you know him as a farmer in the area, and he has set up on his little stall some food items for sale. And there's like little bags with like pouches with stuff in with grains and seeds and bits in, a bit like a trail mix sort of like bags. And then he has some dried cured meats there as well. Basically, if you go to like a truck stop and it's literally trail mix and jerky, that's what he sells.
Right.
It's good stuff, and it's a decent price as well.
Marcus, hey, you know that I always love coming to shop here. First of all, great selection, everything. We got a bit of a trip. Me and this gang here, new friends of mine. Everybody say hi, Marcus.
Hi, Mom.
Bonjour, Marcus.
Good job. We are on kind of important business, and we're trying to stretch out our food fund. Is there any way you could do us maybe like I don't know, 5-ish days of food for about 15?
Now, I know you're a nice guy, Bixby, and everything, you know. You always come by and buy the odd bit here and there. That's a lot. That's a lot of food for the little price. I mean, what are you after? Are you after the meats or the other stuff, or both, or you know, because the meats are dearer than the grain.
Yeah, well, honestly, if you got some sort of, you know, I know you got your bits and barbs, like maybe some sort of trail mix, and just a hint of meat, you know, just to keep us going, high caloric activity and all that, you know.
While they're having that conversation, I would like to see if there's anything I can notice among Marcus's items that looks like a broken electronic. My intention is to see if I can fix something as a also proof of discount real quick.
Okay.
That's great. And while they're schmoozing Marcus, you know what? No, I'll let this hold. Never mind. Go on.
Okay. So Zeke, make me an insight operate.
Insight operate.
That's
to find
difficulty.
something.
Difficulty
I'm gonna
1.
see. I'm
One.
gonna see how your rolls go, and then I'll make a decision.
Bixby, make me a. Let's go. A resolve talk.
Oh, those are the numbers I was hoping for.
That's 2 successes for my insight
Okay.
operate.
Okay.
And I have 1 success for my resolve talk.
Okay, they're both difficulty 1. So, firstly, Zeke, you see that at the side of his stall, he has what appears to be like an upgraded wheelbarrow that he moves his stock around with, but it's got like shock absorbers, so it can carry heavier loads with a lot less effort in doing that. But it looks like one of them is slightly broken, and just from looking at it, you can see that if he was to put a load of stock in there to move it, it's going to move it's going to tilt to the side, and mean that he has to compensate with that. So you'd have to kind of refix that, like repair that kind of shock absorber suspension system.
What would you say the tech level of that shock absorber is?
It's only low. It'd be like a tech 1. to
Cool.
fix.
I have a toolkit level 2, so I could just use that to repair a level 1 tech, because it can repair up to 1 higher than itself.
Okay, so you can go to level 3 if need.
Yeah, I can basically do up to level 3, so I
Okay.
can fix this quite easily to without wasting any parts, because I could just use the toolkit rather than wasting supply points to repair.
Yeah. Okay, so you see that is damaged. It's up to you what you do next. Bixby, when you're talking to Marcus, he's like, I don't know. He's like, I mean, you're a nice guy, you know. I guess I could help you out a little bit. I could give you a bit of a mix, like some of the grains, the seeds, maybe some some dried fruits, and some of the meat. But like, I can't do 5 days for 15 coin. Not for all of you. I could maybe do like, I don't know, maybe 4 days worth if you don't eat too much.
And as he says that, I'm gonna, as I'm seeing that go, I'm like, it seems like your wheelbarrow, it's shock. Well, it's about to give, meaning if you put too much on, you'll break through, and that would be a problem for distributing your goods around. How about I fix the shock absorbers, make sure that happens, and you don't lose any coin in the long run. If anything, we're saving you money, I hope. As like doing that, Zeke isn't even looking over there. Zeke is just looking at the machine, being like, and saying this while assessing it.
Believe me, Mark, that kid is a whiz with this type of stuff. Does that maybe sweeten the pot? Maybe just eke us out a little bit more, get us that 5-day mark?
And while they're talking, I'm just gonna try and steal a day's worth of supplies.
I'm probably accidentally knocking stuff off a shelf just by like touching things that I'm not supposed to be touching, which will probably be a good distraction for Jill.
I see what's going on. Here.
I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm just an idiot.
That's the best.
So Jewel, make me quickness sneak roll.
Yeah, I bet you're like, someone who makes a choice like this probably has really good sneak or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the only stat I have no number in. Absolutely 0. Okay, so I'm gonna roll 2 dice.
You're gonna roll 2 dice, and you need to get under your quickness to succeed. But if you get under your sneak, it counts as 2 successes.
Under my so I'm not gonna get under a sneak, but I need
Equal
anything
to
under
or
my
under.
quickness.
Yes.
Every one under my quickness is a success, though.
Yes. And you can spend
and-
spirit if you want to roll extra dice. This is going to be a DC, a difficulty 2 check as well.
Okay, yeah, let's spend 2. And what about momentum? Is momentum also
you can spend
part of-
momentum to restore your spirit afterwards if you wish.
Okay, so I'll spend.
Yes. Can I use a spirit to do some sort of guidance? That's sort of, this is when someone's doing a skill test, I can send a spirit to roll my insight talk as an assist or to help out.
Assistance? Ooh.
Yeah. So sort of like as
on
I
that
see her
point,
moving, I'm like,
Do you?
Yeah.
So here's the thing: you're in conversation with Marcus.
Oh, yeah,
who's
you're
kind of
part
what
of
do you
the
do? You want to
distraction.
break your focus on bartering with Marcus to assist Jewel?
No, don't do
trying to steal?
that.
yeah, no.
Yeah, you keep your. I'm gonna spend 2 spirit though to add 2 dice.
Okay.
Okay, so. Oh my god. All right. Well, I got 1 success.
Okay. So
This is good. This is good.
Marcus looking at you, Bixby goes,
And I feel like it's like I'm just like jingle jangling every time I move.
he looks at you and he goes, "Look, Bixby, you're a nice guy, and if you vouch for this guy, and he can fix my wheelbarrow, and you tell that one, pointing at Jewel, to stop trying to steal my stuff, I'll give you the 5 days worth of stuff, of rations, supplies."
I was just bagging some groceries over here.
And he turns like wide-eyed and goes, "I've worked here a long time. I know a pickpocket when I see one."
Cress has just
yeah.
been,
Out of the place.
it's like Cress had just been, standing there, little bored, tapping on his electric spear, looks to Jewel and gives this like glare, like, "What are you doing? Why are you trying to get us in trouble?" kind of thing.
Oh, we needed food. Anyway.
And we are relying on Marcus's kindness and Zeke's intrepid skill with that dang toolkit of his. Look at him go.
I just confirmed,
Wow.
Marcus, you give me consent to Feeks, yes?
Yeah. How about it?
Yeah. And you see, as Zeke takes the appendages and gets the toolkit ready, takes a moment, it's like, "Now, I am asking you, will you allow me to fix you?" Yes? Good. and then proceeds to do the headphones on as the music can be heard, this like synth wave zoning out, and starts going into a very trance going, as it's like almost like a conductor style as the motions of the arms are going, and he's like guiding it, kind of doing the pieces, moving things and so on to fix. What check do I need to make to fix the wheelbarrow?
I'm gonna say, because with your high roll on checking what the issue was with it, you don't need to make a check. But what you all see, and Marcus doesn't see this because Marcus is now bagging and collecting up your items, is you all see Zeke kind of get into this rhythm and this almost dance-like state, looking at the wheelbarrow and moving it into position so that he can get to it better. And you see him pull out what appears to be similar to a screwdriver from his tool belt, and he kind of glides like a conductor's wand, and he moves it over almost in like a fencing pattern to the side of this wheelbarrow, tightens one screw, and is done.
And I take, always my signature thing is I take my glyph pick, and I take a moment and I just write tenet.
Mm-mm.
It
So
was
were you
damn
able to get
inspirational.
five days
He's got
worth or
5
4
days
days?
worth, yes. 5.
Okay, and so Jewel like walks up, like still like trying to be very like proud of herself, and she's like pulls out the coin bag. Your coin, sir, and counts out 15 coin.
Mm-hmm.
As she's sort of like counting it out, I look over her shoulder. I'm like, yeah, 5 days for 15, huh? That's sometimes it's more valuable to win flies with honey than
I
theft.
do not need to hear it yet. This time, just you wait, Bixby.
Bix is like gleaming right now.
All right, 15 coin. Let's move.
We could have gotten kicked
thank
out of the
you.
place entirely. What are you doing?
Yeah, could have. It's theoretical. We could.
We got lucky.
Get crushed by a meteor at any given moment,
Takes off headphones.
and yet
So what happened?
we are.
Are we all good?
We got the food. Hey, great job. First of all, second of all, we got food.
We've got food. I'm going to go do a little extra shopping. Is there anything in particular that you all need?
Soup for Cap for sure.
There's no soup in the food you just bought?
We got okay. Well, you know what? I'll start working on some soup for Cap.
Okay, well,
If possible, I don't tend to have coin on me, but if you can find any inductive charges, that'd be wonderful.
absolutely. It's on the list.
That'd be delightful. And
On the
that's
list,
all I need.
currently, inductive chargers and an illuminator, I think, would be handy. And for you, and sort of winks at Zeke, thinking maybe a hand scanner might be useful.
Oh, I would not be opposed to having a few more devices.
Ooh, and just in case, I think we should have like either a medical kit or.
I was gonna say, yeah, we want some medical supplies. I don't really have much right now. Got a survival kit, but
You have a survival
just in case
kit?
something
Okay.
happens.
I got first aid, but I feel like that's more just like sew up a problem. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I'm going to try to find a medical kit, but let's see.
If
Is it tech
we can
level?
find, tech level 3 or 4, my inductive charger, I can add it to my tool rig, and I can use that to heal people and recharge it.
Okay, so
The more
inductive
powered kits I have on my tool rig, the more I can do.
Inductive charger, which cost 3 coin. Look, housekeeping, 3 coin, and
And if we had the industrial, that's even better.
the industrial charger. Well, that one's a lot
Yeah.
rarer. So, how rare of stuff would I be able to find here in New Mossgrove?
I would say 2, maybe 3.
Okay.
in terms of
Oh,
rarity
so there are
level.
no medical kits.
There would just be a first aid kit. 4 is a rarity too.
A first aid kit is rarity 2?
Yeah. First
Yeah.
aid kit's
Okay,
rarity
yeah, we
two.
could do first aid kit. There's no medical kit. Okay, so.
Yeah, I already got a first aid kit, so that we're
Oh, you do?
not need. Yeah.
Okay.
So I won't add that to my belt.
You could potentially, if you want to try and get something that's a bit rarer, being like say a level 4 in rarity, you can talk to some of the rivers that are here. The rivers are the ones that are going to have the higher rarity stuff, but they're not going to usually have it on display.
Yeah. I feel like I would know some people, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can get some level 4 stuff,
Yeah.
but it would be I would say in this interaction you'd be able to get 1 level 4 item.
Okay,
There's a
1
rarity.
level 4 item. Do we want that to be a medical kit?
So I'm biased for the industrial and a first aid level 4 because I can use it, recharge
we can't do
it,
both.
and it.
We can only do one.
Oh, is it higher than I thought? Damn.
Yeah, the industrial's rarity 4. I mean, I know a guy. I can get the other one. I have a talent that I could use to get the other one. All right.
Because they're recharged after a breather. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you want the first aid kit versus a medical kit? You don't want the medical kit?
With my skill set, I can use a first aid kit better if it's attached to my cool rig. The medical kit, not as much.
The first aid kit. Oh no, the first aid kit's only rarity 2. You're right. You want tech level what?
Tech level 4.
Okay, first aid tech level 4, which costs 4 coin. You want the inductive charger industrial. That one's the rarity 4 item. And
that costs
DDD. That costs 5. Okay, 9, so that's 11 coin left. I do think we should get an illuminator. Luckily, those are not rare. Okay, that'll bring us down to 8 coin left. And okay. Sorry, I'm just shopping.
Always happens in any
How
game.
about some rope? That seems useful. It's only 1 coin. Oh wait, synth rope sounds way cooler though.
It's better. It's like a better material. It looks like.
Yeah, we're gonna do synth. Yeah, synth rope instead of Zeke will love it. Okay. Anything else really cool we want? Kind of want. Let's see. This is very cool, first of all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a bypass kit?
No, that's what I'm thinking
No.
of getting, is the bypass kit, or it was going to be like the plasma cutter.
See, I saw the bypass, but it's a rarity 4, and I was like,
Yeah, the bypass kit is a rarity 4, but I will use my just what they need talent, where once per session when I trade with another character, I can spend my supply points to reveal I'm carrying this item. Like, don't worry, I open up my cloak. Worth up to 2 coins per supply point spent. So it's a 5 coin item, so I guess I'll use 3 supply points for it.
Yeah.
for the bypass kit?
Yeah, for a bypass kit, which I will hand to you because it's tech level 4, but just in case. Not that we need
I
to.
officially have 4 slots on my rig are filled. I still have 1 slot left.
I also think it like makes total sense, or that I just have this kit that bypasses locks and security systems. Like, I just had this. Don't worry about that. Although just in case, maybe some bolt cutters too, because we still have money. Bolt cutters.
I love how you're all getting extremely kitted out for a casual walk, like through the countryside.
Casual walk.
Casual.
There you go.
Sure. And binoculars. Okay, I think we're pretty outfitted. You know, if we'd really thought about it, we could have probably bought like 5 bikes.
I can make bikes pretty
We
easily.
just turned this into a kids on bikes campaign.
Yeah.
We're here to play Dreams of Machines.
It's actually cheaper because it's tech level 2. I can make more of them than it's worth.
Wow. Okay.
Cool.
Bike?
Okay. Just
Just
make
get a bike
bikes.
that has 5 seats.
Oh my gosh, we're all just on one.
I can make the Flintstones
okay.
vehicle.
Should I just get another? Should I just get like another rope?
I mean,
Yeah.
might it be handy to save some for
Coin
the
in
road?
case
Want
we
to
need
save some coin?
You never know. We meet
Never
someone,
know.
have to bribe them.
Okay. All right, and
But more-
I'll use my haggler talent, which lets me reduce the price by one of these items.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
So you do that. I say you, Jewel, you go off
So
and kind of
Yeah,
gather
just
these
on a
items.
spree.
Yeah, talking to some of your fellow rivers, who give you a good deal on all these items.
on that industrial inductive charger, yeah, and I just like come back like full, like just handing stuff over, like, all right, well, I think Zeke, you use this. I'll give Zeke the bypass kit, industrial inductive charger. I know you asked for that one. Here's the first aid kit for you as well. We've got a synth rope. I don't know why, but I just think that you would be good at handling this. I'm gonna give that to Cap. I don't know. And bolt cutters, I'll just hold on to those. And binoculars. Who wants binoculars?
I mean, I can
All
take
right.
them.
Yes, you're gonna scout things out for us. And potentially go into danger for us too, Spear, so here you go. And that's everything we bought. Sorry, Bix, that's everything. But I'm sure you carry your own wonderfully useful gear already.
Well, I got the most useful gear of all. I had 4 new friends. Well,
Oh
then
my
some
God.
getting old.
There it is. That's the most.
Okay. Well,
And if possible, during that time while Jewel is shopping, is there a chance to find a scrapyard of any kind to get extra? Since we're going to wilderness, I need to get as many tech pieces as I can before I can't scavenge.
Not here in New Mossgrove. But again, you never know what you might encounter on the way.
Yeah. Zeke is very notably concerned at the idea of going anywhere in the wilderness.
mm.
Mhm.
Good.
Yes. So, you have now been given a task. You have collected supplies for your journey. Do you guys have an idea of a plan? Silence is
Start
deafening.
walking. Let's get.
Yeah, we just we'll keep the item covered up, hidden away, right? Well, your
Yeah.
arms are like holding them.
So it's my backpack, and the arms come out of the backpack, so
Okay.
it can actually just pull it in there with the backpack and kind of
Okay.
close
Keep
over.
it hidden.
Zip themselves
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, and we'll just hoof it, right?
Yeah, whatever's
wait.
low in conspicuousness.
What direction are we going? Sorry, we're going south.
South.
There's actually a trail, so
Is it? Yeah.
There is a road. that
We'll
leads
just take the
south.
road. Right?
because New Mossgrove is connected to that river, so it's essentially we're going south through the hills, and there's an outpost maybe, and then we have to keep going further, and then we end up where we need to be. Do we know where what that outpost is, halfway between Mossgrove and the destination?
I'm gonna say not necessarily. No, a lot of to be fair, a lot of your communities are north and northwest of New Mossgrove. You haven't travelled south yourselves,
But I know
a lot
the
of this
archivist
is unknown
there.
territory. You'll know the archivists at Deepwood. You may not have met them, or you may have met some that have come up to you, but you've not been there yourself. In essence, this is a little bit of a pilgrimage for you as well.
Yeah, I'm about to go like, oh, we're going to the deep woods, going through the woods.
Yes, I didn't think I'd be spending this much time on dry land, so it's a bit unexpected. But I suppose it'll do. We're just going to get so dusty. I don't know how you all
Like the
do
best
it.
part.
Come on, it's gonna be
Right.
fun.
Fun.
Yes. Yes. What a cheerful group. Love it. Yes.
Yay.
Here's the thing. I know I'm just like throwing talents out left and right, but like, you know, we should be using them. Are we saying that we're like going into a scene of like travel? I don't know, because this is something at the start of a scene.
This feels like you're about to embark on your trip down the Yellow Brick Road.
Okay, so I'm a river, and one of the things, actually, this comes from the fixer talents, but being a river, it plays into it very well. The talent is I heard a rumor, and people trust me with their secrets. You know, as I travel up and down the rivers, I did hear all sorts of stuff. And at the start of a scene, I can add up to 3 threat, which are points that the GM can use in order to ask additional questions about situations or locations. And it's provided from rumors and used from various sources. So I can do up to 3 questions here about what's happening. And so, is the road to the Deepwood archives known to be safe generally? Like, is it already recently I haven't heard tales of like, or rumors of issues along that road?
It used to be safe.
Hey. It used to be safe. Okay. That's 1 threat for you. Let's do it. Have I heard of people talking about, no, the best way that you do want to go, like this different shortcut that we've heard about, you know, is instead this way?
I will say the main route is the road that used to be safe, but in the conversation that you overheard someone talking about how it used to be safe, it's not now, they did take a detour through the hills. So they left the road, went through more the wilderness and the hills to bypass a certain section of the road where things had happened.
All right. Another threat for you. And lastly, oh god, I feel like this is like a genie, like in a lamp situation where I'm like, what do I ask? And lastly, oh gosh, what should I ask? Situation or location? Have I heard anyone ever describe and gosh, I don't know if we've already kind of had this answered, but like the item that we're carrying, surely I haven't seen anything like that before, but have I ever heard anyone describe anything remotely close to that, even in stories or tales passed through? Like,
Have I seen anything like that when I've been out, like on location that I've talked about? Even if I forgot it, I probably would have told Jewel about it.
Cap, you haven't seen anything like this. And I will say, Jewel, you haven't heard anything about this item or anything like this item. The only thing I will say close to this is you remember a long time ago someone mentioning that they saw something in the sky.
a long time ago. Okay. All right, that's my I heard a rumor. Boom. And now you have 3 threat. Jesus.
So,
Okay.
following.
I don't know if we should take the roads.
Roads are dangerous. I don't like roads.
Yes,
I can,
yes, and
if you want, we can go around the roads, make new roads.
yes, yeah. Lately, I've heard the roads not great. I remember someone mentioning on when I was passing through a town, that going through the hills might be the better way if we're up for a little glute workout.
I like hills.
I don't like walking.
We'll want to keep our eyes peeled for the wakers, but I think we can do it. I mean, if it's safer, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
this would be an opportunity to learn about the local wildlife and, well, fauna, I guess.
Oh, I'd rather be with the wakers. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I get you, Zeke. I would rather not be on these hills, but it is what it is. Devoid of a river.
That's okay. I will help. I will make and do things that will keep the walkers from seeing us. Like, I can't, promise anything because, we make mistakes sometimes. But I can do my best to make sure that we are being safe on the hills. And the best part about hills is, going up is, kind of shady, but, the way down, way easier.
Right.
That is very true, yeah.
Okay, well, then it sounds like we're ready, yes?
Okay. So, you collect up your things and you have now devised a little bit of a plan on your route south, shall we say. Going that way, but maybe a bit that way to that way first. And you are now ready to leave New Mossgrove and take this item to Deepwoods. So, as you now embark on this journey and begin the process of traveling south, that is where we will end this first session.
Perfect.
Cool.
Of our story. And we'll pick it up next week, where we see where this journey takes you, this casual trip south, as it were.
Adventure!
Exactly. You go on an adventure. You're just dropping something off and then starving the whole way back, clearly.
Yep.
Unless we make great time, we got 5 days worth, right?
And
you all will be
there.
starving. Cap and I'll be fine. We're just foraging.
I will resort to eating metal. I am not above that.
Nice, good.
I imagine Zeke has
plenty of
probably
iron.
tried that.
Yeah, definitely has been like, how bad could it be? Oh, I bled a bit.
Awesome. But yes, we'll pick this up next week. For those watching, thank you very much for joining us. Before we jump off, we're just going to go around the table and let you know who we are. If you don't remember from last week when we told you who we were, we'll tell you again. Because our names are not on the screen anymore. We've got character names now. Wow, it's different. So we'll go around, let you know who we are, and then we will say goodbye for the night. So we will start with our archivist tech, Zeke Tennants.
I've been Zeke Tennants, but I'm Jaden King. You can find me on all social media at It's Jaden King and over at TTRPG University teaching people TTRPG stuff. All kinds of awesome things. Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Next up, we have our spear gatherer. Crassus, can you let us know who you are?
Yeah, I'm been playing Crassus Spark Song. My name is Logan Quinn. You can find me at Logan Quinn Film on Instagram or Tank Loves You on Twitch.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Next up, the wonderful Averan mediator, Bixby.
I've been Bixby, but my name otherwise is Philip Correa. You can find me on social media at mphilipcorrea on pretty much everything. If I'm doing a new podcast right now that I'm pretty excited about called the GGG podcast. It's all about video games, so if you want to check that out, please be my guest. We'd love to have you.
Awesome. Definitely need to check that out. Next up, our dreamer grabber, Cap.
Hello, I'm Rachel Beauregard. You can find me sometimes on the initiative order, including doing the art for the upcoming Mythical Melee. You can also find me on the Tada podcast, which will be coming out shortly, as well as the Over Prepared DMs, pre-recorded 5E, not a stream, it's pre-recorded game on YouTube. I will release details of when and where you can see this on my Instagram at Manic Pixie Tank Girl. You can also follow my art page for all the Mythical Melee art, Bad Duck Design. Yeah.
Awesome, thank you. And our river fixer, the pickpocket themselves, as they now are, Jewel.
There was a reason for that. Anyway, hi, I'm Josephine McAdam. I'm an actor, and you can find me at JCVIM on all socials and Twitch as well. You can see movies that I've worked on and can't talk about online, and what do I want to apply? Let's see. Yeah, find socials to find like what, past TTRPGs and stuff. There's a bunch of shows out there I've been lucky enough to be a part of. But later today, you can catch me on the Dungeon Run, playing some D&D over on twitch.tv/the Dungeon Run. That's at 6 p.m. Pacific on Wednesdays, and we're just jumping back into our campaign today after a little hiatus between seasons, so I'm excited.
Awesome, thank you very much. And I'm Danny. I'm the GM for this, so that's just who I am. You can find me at Check for Traps on all social medias. I'm the project manager for Dreams Machines and several other projects here at Modiphius. Some I can't talk about yet because we've not told you about them yet, so I can't tell you about them yet. But we've got some cool stuff coming. Yeah, some cool games and more Dreams Machine stuff will be coming as well. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, catch you same time next week. Bye.